Isaac, the son of Abraham and Sarah, stands as a pivotal figure in the biblical narrative, embodying a quiet yet resilient faith. His life is often overshadowed by the dramatic events surrounding his father Abraham and his son Jacob. Yet Isaac's journey is critical in the unfolding of God's covenant with his people. He is a bridge between the faith of Abraham and the 12 tribes of Israel. From birth, Isaac was destined for greatness, being the child of promise. Despite the doubts and laughter of his parents, he was born as a fulfillment of God's word. His life was marked by significant events that tested his faith, such as the near sacrifice on Mount Moriah. Through these experiences, Isaac's quiet faith becomes a testament to trusting in God's plan, even when it seems unclear. Isaac's life also highlights the continuation of God's covenant amidst human frailty. Ultimately, Isaac's life and legacy remind us of the power of faith that is not marked by grand gestures but by a steady trust in God's unfolding promises. Isaac's birth was nothing short of miraculous, a testament to God's unwavering promise to Abraham and Sarah. At the age of 90, Sarah conceived Isaac, a feat that seemed impossible by human standards. Genesis chapter 21 verses 1-7 details this joyful fulfillment, where God visited Sarah as he promised, and she bore a son to Abraham in his old age. This event not only marked the beginning of Isaac's life but also symbolized the faithfulness of God to his word. Sarah's laughter, initially one of disbelief, turned into one of joy and amazement. The birth of Isaac was a clear indication that God's plans are beyond human understanding. His name, meaning he laughs, served as a constant reminder of the joy that comes from trusting in God's promises. Isaac's arrival was a turning point, a divine intervention that set the stage for the continuation of the covenant through his lineage. The miraculous nature of Isaac's birth also underscores the theme of hope in seemingly hopeless situations. Isaac's birth not only fulfilled a personal promise but also reinforced the broader covenantal promise to make Abraham the father of many nations. One of the most profound tests of faith in the biblical narrative is the story of Abraham being asked to sacrifice Isaac on Mount Moriah. This event, as described in Genesis, serves as a testament to their faith. God instructed Abraham to offer his beloved son as a burnt offering, yet Abraham obeyed, trusting in God's promises. Isaac, though young and strong, submitted to his father's will. The journey to Mount Moriah was filled with silent faith. Isaac's faith is evident as he carried the wood for the sacrifice. As Abraham prepared to sacrifice Isaac, God intervened, providing a ram as a substitute. This act foreshadowed the ultimate sacrifice of Jesus Christ, the Lamb of God. The story of Mount Moriah teaches us about the cost of faith and the rewards of complete trust in God. Isaac's role is a powerful example of quiet faith and submission to God's will. Isaac's marriage to Rebekah is a beautiful testament to divine guidance and the importance of seeking God's will in our relationships. Genesis chapter 24 narrates the story of how Abraham, desiring a suitable wife for Isaac, sent his servant to his homeland to find a spouse. The servant, guided by faith, prayed for a sign to identify the right woman. Rebekah's kindness and hospitality confirmed her as the chosen one, fulfilling the servant's prayer and God's plan. This union between Isaac and Rebekah was not just a marriage but a continuation of the covenantal promise. Rebekah's willingness to leave her home and family to marry a man she had never met speaks to her own faith and trust in God's leading. Isaac and Rebekah's relationship also highlights the significance of prayer and divine intervention in our lives. The servant's prayer was specific, and God's response was clear, underscoring the importance of seeking God's guidance in our decisions. Their marriage flourished because it was grounded in faith, a testament to God's ability to direct our paths when we trust in Him. The birth of Esau and Jacob marked another crucial chapter in Isaac's life, highlighting God's sovereignty in family dynamics and future destinies. Genesis chapter 25 verses 21-28 recounts how Isaac, faced with Rebekah's barrenness, prayed to the Lord on her behalf. God answered his prayer, and Rebekah conceived twins, fulfilling his promise. The twins' birth was accompanied by a divine prophecy that would shape their destinies. The Lord revealed to Rebekah that 2 nations are in your womb, and 2 peoples from within you will be separated. 1 people will be stronger than the other, and the older will serve the younger. Genesis 25:23. This prophecy foretold the struggle between the brothers and set the stage for the unfolding of God's plan through Jacob, the younger son. Despite Isaac's love for Esau, God's choice rested on Jacob, a decision that would lead to conflict and eventual reconciliation. The narrative of Esau and Jacob also highlights the enduring theme of God's faithfulness in fulfilling his promises. It reinforces the idea that God's purposes will prevail, regardless of human interference or favoritism. Amidst the challenges and uncertainties of life, God reaffirmed his covenant with Isaac, ensuring the continuation of his promises. Genesis chapter 26 details how Isaac faced a famine in the land, prompting him to seek refuge in Gerar. It was there that the Lord appeared to him, reiterating the promise made to Abraham, "I will be with you and will bless you, for to you and your descendants I will give all these lands." Genesis 26:3. Isaac's time in Gerar was marked by tension and conflict with the Philistines, who envied his prosperity. Despite these challenges, Isaac remained steadfast, digging wells and maintaining peace with his neighbors. The Lord's appearance to Isaac, renewing the covenant, provided strength and encouragement to persevere amidst adversity. Isaac's decision to stay in Gerar, as instructed by God, led to his prosperity and success. Isaac's journey reminds us that God's promises are not dependent on our circumstances, but on his character and faithfulness. The blessing of Jacob and Esau is a complex narrative that underscores the power of spoken words and the unfolding of divine plans. Genesis 27 tells the story of how Rebekah and Jacob deceived Isaac into giving the blessing intended for Esau to Jacob. This event, though fraught with deception, was in alignment with God's earlier prophecy that the older would serve the younger. Isaac's faith in the power of the blessing he conferred was rooted in the understanding that it carried divine authority. Isaac's intention to bless Esau was outmaneuvered by Rebekah's intervention, yet God's plan prevailed. Despite the deception, Isaac's eventual acceptance of God's will demonstrates his faith in God's overarching plan. Isaac's blessing to Jacob, though given under false pretenses, became a pivotal moment in the lineage of God's chosen people. The event also serves as a reminder that God can work through our mistakes and missteps to accomplish his purposes. The story of Jacob and Esau's blessing teaches us about the power of faith and the sovereignty of God. Isaac's death marks the end of a life characterized by quiet faith and steadfast obedience. Genesis 35 verses 28 to 29 records that Isaac lived to the age of 180, and his sons Esau and Jacob buried him. Isaac's legacy is one of a patriarch who played a crucial role in the continuation of the covenant, ensuring the transmission of faith to the next generation. During his lifetime, Isaac witnessed the unfolding of God's promises through his descendants. His role as a patriarch was pivotal in maintaining the trajectory set by Abraham. Isaac's life, though less dramatic than those of his father and sons, was instrumental in shaping the future of a people called by God. His obedience and faithfulness provided a foundation for the nation of Israel. Isaac's legacy is also reflected in the lives of his sons and their descendants. His story encourages us to value the legacy we leave behind and the importance of passing on faith to those who follow. Isaac's life offers valuable lessons on faith, obedience, and the importance of trusting in God's promises. His journey teaches us that faith does not always require grand gestures but can be demonstrated through quiet and steadfast trust in God. Isaac's willingness to submit to God's will, even in challenging circumstances, exemplifies the essence of true faith. One of the key takeaways from Isaac's life is the importance of obedience to God's commands. Whether it was staying in Gerar during the famine or accepting God's choice of Jacob over Esau, Isaac's obedience led to blessings and the fulfillment of God's promises. Isaac's life also underscores the significance of trusting in God's timing. His birth, marriage, and the birth of his sons were all marked by divine intervention at the appointed time. Isaac's faith journey encourages us to wait upon the Lord, knowing that his timing is perfect. Finally, Isaac's life highlights the impact of faith on future generations. In conclusion, Isaac's life exemplifies quiet faith and unwavering trust in God's promises. Though overshadowed by Abraham and Jacob, his journey shows the power of steadfast faithfulness. Isaac's inclusion in the Hall of Faith, Hebrews 11 verse 20, affirms his significance. He teaches that faith can be lived out in everyday moments of obedience and trust. Isaac's legacy is one of a patriarch who faithfully carried forward the covenantal promise. His life shows that God's plans are accomplished through those who submit to his will. Isaac's story encourages us to embrace the quiet strength of faith and trust in God's timing. Reflecting on Isaac's life, we see the importance of faith in shaping our lives and others. Isaac's legacy reminds us that a life of faith, though quiet, is powerful and transformative, trusting God in everyday life. Like and subscribe for more Bible insights.